and welcome to the late night edition with me, Ayushman Singh Jamwal. Big breaking news coming in amid the standoff between India and Canada. Now, the government of India has decided to expel the following 6 Canadian diplomats. Their names are Stuart Ross Wheeler, the acting High Commissioner, Patrick Herbert, the Deputy High Commissioner, Marie Catherine Jolie, the First Secretary, Ian Ross David Trites, the First Secretary, Adam James Chupika, who's the First Secretary, as well as Paula Urjuela, who's also the First Secretary. So these 6 diplomats have now been expelled by the Indian government. They have been asked to leave India by Saturday, the 19th of October. That is the big piece of news that's coming in when it comes to this entire standoff between India and Canada. India putting out the list of the 6 diplomats and who have been expelled from the country. They have been asked to leave by Saturday, the 19th of October. This comes after India has withdrawn its own envoy from Ottawa. I'm joined by my colleague Siddhant Mishra on the broadcast. So Siddhant, the diplomatic war only escalating. The MEA has put out this list of 6 diplomats who have to leave the country by Saturday.
Well, that's right, Ayushman. In fact, both countries have downgraded diplomatic ties. This is perhaps the second time that both countries have done that. In fact, in 2023, on the request of India, the 40 diplomats were withdrawn by Canada from New Delhi. Now, this is the second time that this is happening, but this is happening at the peak of fresh standoff, which has been escalated, initiated by Prime Minister Trudeau. So it all started with Canadian government alleging, perhaps making claims without evidence, that Sanjay Verma, Indian High Commissioner to Canada, along with some other diplomats at the High Commission, perhaps are involved in criminal activities. And they are persons of interest in the investigation of killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar. And right after that, they were, they were expelled. Perhaps that is what Canadian media is reporting. But Indian side, in fact, earlier this evening, summoned the CDA, charged the affairs of the Canadian High Commissioner. And right after that, was announced that India has withdrawn Indian High Commissioner and other diplomats from Canada who have been targeted, who are targeted by the Canadian government. It's a fresh escalation between the two countries, perhaps strategic partners. And it looks like it's not going to end anytime soon, because just a short while back, RCPM has done a press conference, perhaps, and they have made sensational claims against the involvement of Indian diplomats in criminal activities. But again, there was no proof which was given in public domain. So, all India wants from Canada is proof, Ayushman. From the day when India has been saying that if you have any piece of evidence, information, then do share it with us. We'll look into that. That is perhaps what India is being asking for. But one year has passed. All Mr. Trudeau is busy in doing politics, because, it's not just about him, running for the office of the Prime Minister. He could even get replaced by somebody else, because Liberals are also not liking him. So the only resort left for him is to divert the attention from the real issues, and also to please the Sikh diaspora in Canada, perhaps by keeping the Khalistani issue alive, by bashing India, by taking actions against India, and perhaps making the entire relationship collapse.
Right.
So both countries are paying the high price for Mr. Trudeau's this misadventure for a mere political gain.
Absolutely. And at the end of the day, his approval rating inside Canada is currently at a dismal 23%. And the man on your screen, the man on the left, Stuart Ross Wheeler, he in fact has said that Canada has given a lot of evidence to India when it comes to the links between Indian diplomats as well as a criminal nexus. But S. Jaishankar has made it very clear that this is all conjecture. There is no concrete evidence. To get more details on this ongoing situation between India and Canada, I'm also joined by Ashok Sajjanar, former diplomat, on the broadcast. Thank you, Mr. Sajjanar, for joining us on CNN News 18. How do you see these developments coming in? This is quite unprecedented when it comes to India-Canada relations. Are these diplomatic ties paying the price for Justin Trudeau's domestic politics?
That is what it appears, unfortunately, Ayushman, that, this is the manner in which the whole thing has developed, I think it's very unfortunate, and it really speaks about, number one, the immaturity of Justin Trudeau, and number two, his desire to cling to power under any circumstances. Because, he doesn't have a majority as per the elections that were held in 2021. He did not come up with a majority. He fell short of the majority by 14 seats. And these 14 seats are being provided to him by the NDP, the New Democratic Party of Jagmeet Singh Dhaliwal. And they are extracting their pound of flesh by, making him really, turning him around, making him dance on the little finger. And that is what is the unfortunate part, that he thinks that, sacrificing the good relations with India is an expendable cost that he can bear, and he has to stick to power under any circumstance. But as Siddhant was just telling you, Ayushman, that even that doesn't seem to be coming true, because even within his party, of course, amongst the people in general, there is great unhappiness with him, and it is as far as the polls suggest that if the elections were held, he would not be elected. But even within his own party, he is losing support.
Absolutely.